My name is Robbie Hoy. I am the founder of Central Minnesota Wildlife Rehabilitation, and I've been a wildlife rehabilitator for about 8 years. I'm working on my master's permit right now. Fantastic spot to do not only wildlife rehabilitation, but to have a nature center for kids so they can learn about our water systems and our woods and all the native animals that are around here. I think that if we had a nature center here and a wildlife rehabilitation center here, it would be nothing but fantastic for tourism and for the recognition of the city of St. Cloud. When I turned 50, I decided that one of my dreams to build a nature center and a wildlife rehab center just needed to happen. And I only had a few years left in me, and I want to get this to be done. And I have so many volunteers that support me and support Central Minnesota Wildlife Rehab. And when I see the work that can be done here, the graffiti removed, the cleanup, I know my volunteers are willing to help. So let's use those resources and use these people that want to get involved and create something here that forever will be here in St. Cloud, to bring in the tourists, to bring in the families, for the education, for school children, so they don't have to go out to the Arboretum anymore. They can go here in St. Cloud. One of the reasons this park is an ideal location is it's downtown St. Cloud, and children from underprivileged families can come here when they don't have any transportation. They can hop on a bus and get dropped off here. I have looked in other locations in other cities, but I want it to stay in my hometown where I was raised. I want to bring this to this community where all the kids that were raised like me with no money. I live in an HRA house. There is nothing like this for me. And I want to give this back and let them be able to come when no one's at home and they need something to do in the summer. Keep them out of trouble, keep them from doing drugs, and let them come here to St. Cloud, to this wonderful park, and find something to do instead of causing problems and getting into trouble. I have a backer, Dick Grant, who created the Howell Nature Center, and he is my business consultant. He has been wonderful in helping me achieve what I've done so far, just in a short period of time. And if you ever get a chance to see what they've done at Howell Nature Center in 30 years, we could do this here. And we have the people to support us. We have the property right here at Friedrich Park. And this was supposed to be a nature center, so why not? Let's fill that need of the community and fulfill George Freidrich's dream and do that here. This land, it has traffic noises and trains, but it also has this wonderful nature that we have got to utilize. We can't just let it sit here like it is.
And I'm a wildlife rehabilitator for the DNR in the state of Minnesota. My permit right now is a novice, and I will be working on getting my general if I just take my test. And I work with Robbie Hoy, who is the founder of the Central Minnesota Wildlife Rehabilitation. And this is a dream that she has been working on, and we would like to see it come true. We're working on having a facility and a place like this where we can work with animals and work with people and educate everybody on how to deal with wildlife. And I would like to say that this is a great opportunity for not only the wildlife rehabilitators, but the general public and the city of St. Cloud. And it would be a wonderful union for all of us.
Hi, my name is Dick Grant, and I'm a consultant working with Partners for Wildlife, which is an organization out of the University of Minnesota. And I've had the pleasure of working with Robbie Hoy and her team, expanding and creating a new organization in the St. Cloud area. Now, before I got into consulting, for 40 years I was the executive director of an organization called the Howell Nature Center, which was located in the southeast part of Michigan. We had a large environmental education center where we saw about 100,000 people a year, and a wildlife rehab program which we took care of over 3,000 animals a year. I also have been on the board of directors of the National Wildlife Rehabilitators Association for a number of years and served as its president for 2 years. In closing, I'm very excited with the direction that Robbie is headed, and I am extremely excited about the possibility of her opening up a public institution there in St. Cloud, Minnesota.
So anyway, whenever we go to the nature center, we did everything from seeing the different kind of animals they had, snakes, turtles, whatever they had, and then we were able to do snowshoeing in the winter. We were able to camp there sometimes. We were able to every season do something. It was amazing to see the tadpoles in the spring, to see all the different changes of the wildlife through every season. That was my first exposure. And I always remember being little, to thinking how much wildlife and how much changes are actually in just even in a small area. So to me, what means more important to me is, because kids don't have that kind of thing, or even people for that matter, a lot of people that I'm finding in this area, they haven't even left St. Cloud as much, or even this area. So to me, to be able to have something like this for the community, it's almost like Christmas time when if you think of a little kid's face when they open up a present or see the lights. I mean, to me, when people or kids see a different animal other than the domesticated ones, or to know wow, this is what happens, or in the spring, or this is what happens then, just to have that childlike wonder. And so to be able to have something like that in this area would be a huge gift. And so that's why I would like to have this here.
Please partner with